Welcome back. English for the real world, a job interview. In this video, you will review how to make polite requests or ask questions in a more formal situation. And you will take a closer look at a sentence with if and would. A job interview is obviously a situation where you would hear or use a lot of polite requests and questions. Do you want some coffee? Would you like some coffee? Would you care for some coffee? Would you like to go for a walk? Would you care for a drink? If you want to ask for something, it may sound rude to simply say, give me or show me. Of course, the easiest way to make a request polite is to add please. Or you could use would you mind? Show me your resume, please. Would you show me your resume, please? Would you mind closing the door? Pass the sugar, please. Would you pass the sugar? Would you mind passing the sugar? Could you pass the sugar? Could you please pass the sugar? Would you please wait for a moment? Would you mind holding the door for a second? Could you please turn down the volume on the TV? Please send the letter tomorrow. Would you mind picking up the dry cleaning, please? Could you please tell me where the post office is? Would you mind helping me to get my luggage down? In the dialogue you heard, John ask, if I were hired, how many accounts would I be handling? Now this is a very common construction, technically called the unreal conditional. If I were hired, would I be handling all of your accounts? If you were hired, you would be reporting directly to me. I don't speak Japanese, but if I spoke Japanese, I would go to Tokyo. You don't live here, but if you lived here, you would be my neighbor. She's not rich, but if she were rich, she would live in a much bigger house. We don't have the time, but if we had the time, we would stop for coffee. I have to work, but if I didn't have to work, I would go to the beach. Did you notice that after if you use a verb in the past tense? If I spoke, if you lived, if she were, if we had, if I didn't have. And in the second part of the sentence, you just use would plus a verb in its basic form. I would go, you would be, she would live, we would stop, I would go. Just remember that in conditional expressions using be, you should use were instead of was. If I were you, I wouldn't say such things. If I weren't sick today, I would come to work. If you were a better cook, you wouldn't burn everything. If she were kinder, she wouldn't criticize my cooking. If he weren't so tired, he would come to the movies with us. If he spoke Russian, he would travel to Moscow. If you took the train to work, you wouldn't worry about traffic. If they lived in the country, they would have a bigger house. If I were a better cook, I would make dinner for you. If he were a friend, he would tell you the truth. If they studied more, they would get better grades. If we ate in a restaurant every night, we would have no money. If she were a better driver, I wouldn't be afraid to ride in her car. If they came on time more often, we wouldn't have to wait so long. If John were a stronger employee, he would get a raise. That's all in this video. Please do subscribe and share. Thank you so much.